The country of Belgium is located in the northwest of Europe, bordering the Netherlands, Luxembourg, France, and Germany, which is why I'm sure some of you have already visited the country. It is one of the most densely populated European countries, and the degree of urbanization is 98%, so virtually every inhabitant lives in one of the urban centers. The capital Brussels is not only the seat of the Belgian royal family, but also one of the headquarters of the European Union. Belgium is now an important country within the European Community of States, but this was not always the case. For a long time, Belgium belonged to the Netherlands and was repeatedly dominated by foreign powers, which is why the question arises how Belgium actually came into being and how it became independent. We start in the 16th century. At that time Belgium, like the Netherlands and Luxembourg, belonged to the Spanish Habsburgs. However, there were already tensions in this territory at that time, as the south continued to be Catholic and thus in line with the Spanish, whereas the north increasingly adopted the Protestant faith. The then Spanish King Philip II was a thorn in the side of Protestantism, which is why he tried to abolish it. This led to the outbreak of the 80 Years' War between the Netherlands and Spain, which lasted from 1568 to 1648. In the subsequent Peace of Westphalia, which reorganized Europe, Spain finally recognized the independence of the Netherlands, but continued to retain sovereignty over Belgium, which was subsequently referred to as the Spanish Netherlands. This did not change until 1700, when the Spanish Habsburg dynasty died out. Belgium and also Luxembourg fell to the Austrian Habsburgs after the War of the Spanish Succession. Under Austrian rule, the country was granted more political autonomy for the first time, and the Austrians improved the country's infrastructure and finances and modernized its administration. But even this rule did not really last long. After the French Revolution, the troops of the First French Republic invaded Belgium in 1795 and integrated the territory into France. As a result, Belgium lost much of its autonomy again and was now tied to centralized France. Only after 2 decades of a Europe-wide war could Napoleon be defeated by the British with the support of almost all European states. The decisive battle took place in 1815 at Waterloo in what is now Belgium. Many Belgians certainly hoped for final independence in the peace negotiations of the Congress of Vienna, but the major victorious powers had other plans. They reunited Belgium with the Netherlands to create a buffer state against France. However, the two countries had become increasingly divergent over the last few centuries, so it was only a matter of time before war broke out between the two states. In 1830, when a large part of the harvest failed and supplies dwindled as a result, the camel's back was turned and the Belgian Revolution broke out. In this uprising, the Belgians finally managed to break away from the Netherlands within a few weeks, and the independent state of Belgium was officially proclaimed on October 4, 1830. Belgium became a parliamentary monarchy under King Leopold of Saxe-Coburg. Especially his son Leopold II should go down in history as a cruel tyrant, under whose reign of terror millions of people died in the Belgian Congo. But in any case, this is material for another video in which we take a closer look at the Belgian colony. Belgium was briefly occupied by Germany during the 2 World Wars, but it was now an independent state and played an increasingly important role in Europe. It was one of the founding states of the European Economic Community, and Brussels was later chosen as the headquarters of the EU, along with Strasbourg and Luxembourg. Reasons for this were probably the central location between the 2 European heavyweights Germany and France, the linguistic diversity and good transport connections. However, linguistic diversity in particular continues to put Belgium to the test today. On the one hand, there are the Dutch-speaking Belgians in Flanders and, on the other, the French-speaking Belgians in the Walloon region. Flanders has felt disadvantaged since independence, when French was introduced as an official language. In addition, a strong economic imbalance exists between the 2 regions. For this reason, Flanders has already fought for more autonomy in recent decades, but many are now calling for complete secession, which is why it is uncertain whether Belgium will remain united in the future or whether it will split apart.